It's had support, so too now Storm Edition. They're the ones that dominate it. 2 ahead of 4, then out to Oval Office number 1. Gary Willits favours the numbers of 2, 4, 1 and 5. 2, 4, 1 and 5. Gary, you've gone for Arabian Magic.
Look, I think Ken Newman's presented this horse. Couldn't get a horse any fitter, Andrew, and he just looked absolutely beautiful. Stood out in the mounting yard.
Yeah, okay.
The 4 Storm Edition, very big win last start at Cranbourne. I'd have to put him in. The 1 Oval Office, drawn badly in 15, but he has got the class on his side. He was good enough to take up to the AJC Derby.
Yeah, yeah.
And drawn 15, but Damien Oliver on, so that might help. And one with a bit of value was the 5 Gold Robe. Looked very well in the yard.
All right, so you've come up with 2, 4, 1 and 5. You're very keen Arabian Magic, just in the way he looked in the yard.
Yeah, looked beautiful. Can't fault him.
All right, there we go, Joe. Pretty confident here. Arabian Magic from Gary. It is the favourite on track ahead of Storm Edition. They're getting to the barrier. The big one coming up, the Sale Cup.
Thanks, Andrew. Arabian Magic, the tip from Gary Willits for the big one of the afternoon at Sale. We'll be back there shortly. In the meantime, let's head to...
Michael Walker's mount is number 3, Knockrow. About a 10 or 12 to 1 chance in the race. Now Knockrow's about to join them. About 4 to come in. Oval Office about to join them now. Right, Andrew, Planet King moved up into the line. We just need the last 3 or 4 and we'll have them right to run. Greg Childs won the race last year on our guided missile. Peter Mertens has won it 3 times. So he's out to improve on his outstanding record on Dual Strike today. Rich and Playful to get set. Big crowd and very warm conditions. Harlem Gold to come up into line. Ran a good race at Albury at its last start, coming from well back. And she's coming in riderless now for Jason Stops. Harlem Gold to complete the lineup for the Sale Cup. Arabian Magic on the inside, Nash Rawiller. It's the favourite, the grey. Well supported, as has been Storm Edition. Ready to go. Line looks good for the Cup. Racing now at Arabian Magic, one of the first out. Planet King dropped out towards the tail early. Gold Robe got away well, so did Gold Bay. On their outside is Drinking Silver, and going forward Storm Edition, Dual Strike. Knockrow wideouts on the improve as well as they settle down. And Gold Bay is a narrow leader, but there's a bit of pressure up there. Drinking Silver, Dual Strike on the outside are going forward as they've settled fully. Just behind those horses, Arabian Magic. Quench moved up into 3rd. Arabian Magic 5th to rail. Knockrow trying to get in, is caught wide. 1 to Gold Robe. 1 further back is Storm Edition going forward, but is caught 3 wide. 1.5 lengths Refugee. Harlem Gold 3 deep and Landelac in the centre. 2 behind them then is Oval Office, a fair way back from Rich and Playful. Maruya Bay out wide. And Planet King is last of all at the 800. Drinking Silver by 1.5 lengths to Quencher. 2 lengths to Gold Bay. 1 length to Knockrow, who's got into 4th now. Dual Strike 5th the inside. Storm Edition is next on the outer in the white colours, followed by Arabian Magic. Landelac is taking off. 2 to Refugee. Harlem Gold. Oval Office starting to work home okay from Gold Robe. Planet King, Maruya Bay and Rich and Playful as they neared the corner. And here it's Drinking Silver with Knockrow coming around the outside for the Whiz Kid from New Zealand. Gold Bay, Quencher in behind them. Arabian Magic has worked into the clear. Storm Edition looked to be a fair way back. Knockrow's raced up at the 200, gone to the lead. Arabian Magic's coming after it. Gold Bay's battling away, and here comes Oval Office. Knockrow in front. Arabian Magic and Oval Office are starting to peg it back now. Oval Office on the outside and Arabian Magic go to the lead, but Oval Office, the class prevails. Oval Office beats Arabian Magic. Knockrow 3rd, Gold Bay 4th. A break to Planet King, who rattled home from Landelac, Refugee, and then Maruya Bay, Harlem Gold, the weakening Quencher, Gold Robe. Rich and Playful and Drinking Silver have finished well back in the field together. And they were followed in by Storm Edition, who's dropped right out of it on the run home. He's finished towards the tail with Dual Strike and Gold Robe. Oval Office has blown them out of the water with a fantastic finishing run over the final 200 metres, coming from well back. And he's won the race coming down the outside in great style. Numbers are 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. Oval Office takes it out. He's previously been able to only win 1 race, but he'd been placed in an Alistair Clark, placed in a Amy Classic, placed in a Group 1 Canterbury Guineas behind Fairway. Just taken a couple of runs to come right, but he certainly looked a lot better in the yard today than he did at his previous couple of outings, and he's made improvement in leaps and bounds now, and certainly his class has taken him all the way this afternoon. Damien Oliver gets the cup. Last year he was here and rode 5 winners. He didn't win the cup. This time round he's cleaned up with the big one of the day. Arabian Magic coming from midfield along the rail into second place, and Michael Walker, the whiz kid from New Zealand, got trapped a little wide on Knock Row, booted him up to sit on the pace, hit the front at the turn, and certainly put a little value into the trifecta as he's held on quite well. 1, 2 and 3. You rarely see that, do you, in major cup races, any sort of big races, that the numbers will finish in the handicappers order. 1, 2 and 3. He drew 15 with 58 kilos. He was given no spoil out there today, but yet his quality has proven it shone through in the end. The big disappointment of the race was Storm Edition. I didn't see him get into any trouble, but he was battling a long way from home, and Vin Caddy actually just dropped his hands on him over the concluding stages. Something amiss there, and he's come in at the back of the field. 4.80 and 2.10 for Oval Office. $1.50 for Arabian Magic second, and $3.50 for Knock Row. 4.80, 2.10 the winner, 1.50 second, 3.50 third, Quinella 9.70, Exacta 16.90, the running double $45.80, and the trifecta on 1, 2 and 3, $119. Okay, that's the story there. It was a length and a quarter by 1, and the time 1:35.03. Cup numbers are 1, 2 and 3. Next on the card, race 7, take out number 10, class 4 over 2200 at 4 o'clock.
Andrew Bensley has the winning connections. Colin Little, the trainer. Now let's take you trackside.
Okay, we're back here at Sale after the big one, the Sale Cup, and Damien Oliver returning on Oval Office. Well done to trainer Colin Little.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you.
Well,
great thrill to win the Sale Cup. I had 2 or 3 goes at it.
Yeah.
But we brought a serious horse up here today.
No doubt about that, and you were pretty confident going in third up into the race.
Yeah, well, he's a 4-year-old stallion, and he needed 2 runs last preparation, so he needed at least 2 this preparation. He'd had 8 months off without racing, but
yep.
There may even be a little bit of improvement still, but you know, I think he's a pretty good horse, this horse.
Okay, you brought Damien down, and I know he was pretty keen to come down and ride it.
Yeah, he rode him through the week and on Saturday morning, and you know, he thought he was getting there, and he was I think he was actually chasing the ride, which is a bit unusual for Damien.
Where do you go next? What races have you got in mind next?
Well, look, it seems a little bit of a leap from the Sale Cup to the Australian Cup, but I just feel that this horse is he's having the ideal preparation, and the Sale Cup was perfect for the Australian Cup in about a month. Yeah. So he'll probably run in maybe the 1800 metre weight for age race in 2 or 3 weeks.
Right. The Australian Cup this year isn't going to be a strong race.
Well, we always say that, but
yeah. Something will
you
turn
try
up.
and win it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Capstar Way's going to be there, of course. A couple of others, yeah.
And I see in the paper that George has got Diatribe there, which surprises me, but wouldn't be second-guessing George. And if he had it there, well, I'm sure it'd be very hard to beat.
Well done winning the Sale Cup, Col.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thanks, mate. Colin Little joining us here trackside at Sale after winning the Carlton Draft Sale Cup with that top weight Oval Office.
Yeah, he was a class 2 good for them today. Oval Office, despite top weight of 58 kilos and an awkward draw barrier of 15. And interesting to hear from Colin Little that he's now going to be targeted towards the Australian Cup, which, as you heard from Andrew Bensley, really is a race this year lacking in some depth. Now, coming up next is race 5 at Victoria Park. And it's Bo Bello at $4, Forever Night 14, Pharisee 9.10, 2.60 Sanctus, $11 Sideshow Charlie, Brompton Road 25, 7.30 Domo Domo, dropped the top at 13. Sort of grade that she's been racing.